And even though that water saved my life, it also almost killed me. So I lost a little bit of eyesight in my right eye. And sometimes when I wake up, I like to call it a bad eye day. You guys have bad hair days. I never have that because look at this beautiful, luscious hair I have. I never have, but I do have, like this morning, I woke up and I probably slept last night a little bit on the pillow the wrong way, and my eye was probably open just a little bit, and it dried out my eye. So I couldn't see really well. So I have those, I have days where I can't see really well.
Were any of your friends like seriously injured in that, or?
Yeah, my buddy Montez, who was sitting right next to me, he passed away 7 days later. So he made it to the hospital in San Antonio, but didn't end up living. He had some internal injuries that they didn't really know were going on until it was too late. One sec, I'm gonna dump this water real quick and then. Perfect. Yep.
How does it feel to have a leg to move?
How does it feel to have this? Actually, at first it was really tough because I had to learn how to reuse something that I'm not used to. I mean, you guys, you're athletes. You guys go out on the court and run around and don't even think about having two legs because you're just so used to it. You do the same thing every day. Now I was the same way. You know, I went from pretty athletic to all of a sudden not having a leg, and now I have to get used to using it again. Hopefully someday I'll be running again. Right now I'm not running or anything like that. I barely even walk. I don't exercise much at all. But I need to be able to do that kind of stuff. And I can. I see other guys do it. But yeah, at the beginning it was definitely very hard. And I still have issues because underneath the prosthetic, the hard part up here, is my leg is burned. So the skin opens up once in a while. Like I have a wound down there right now that I just have to deal with. And I hope it heals soon. So yeah, there's situations where it's still hard, but you know, you gotta get through it. I could choose to be in my wheelchair all the time and not leave my house. It would make things really easy, but it wouldn't be very fun. And I want to be able to go out as much as I can and do stuff. So I do wear the leg. Yeah.
If you had the choice to do it like all over, like join the military and go, would you still do it?
Yeah. That's one of the things that I tell people is, and this is different for everyone. I will never push anybody towards the military, and I will never push anybody away from the military. It's totally their choice. My thing with the military was the best decision I ever made. Even after, and you know, people have a hard time understanding that because of what happened to me. How can you say it was the best decision you ever made? Look at what happened to you. You're burned, you're missing a leg, all this stuff. But it's made me such a strong person. If I didn't join the military, I don't know where I would be right now. You know, I don't know if I would have even gotten a job, I don't know. The military was what straightened me out and helped me get through so many things, even with what happened to me. So yeah, it was the best decision I ever made, and I miss it. I miss the guys, the brotherhood that we had, just like you guys have here, the brotherhood, the sisterhood. You guys are a family. Those guys were my family, you know, so I do miss those guys for that.
What were like your friends and your parents' reactions when you said you were going to join the military? You went and signed up. Did they like support you, or did they think you were crazy? Or?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I joined the Army in the middle of a war as a combat arms specialist. So I knew I was going to war, and I knew I was going to fight in a war. I don't think I really thought about it honestly when I signed up. I was just like, whatever, this is what I want to do. A lot of my friends said, hey, let's go to Canada. And I reminded them that I joined the military and nobody like made me go, so I'm not going to Canada. That would be pointless. My mom was afraid, and my dad said it was the best decision that I've ever made as well, because he knew. And he wasn't military or anything like that, but he always had his stuff together. He always had a plan. He's one of the most motivated people I've ever met. So, he was happy that I joined. And I actually, when I joined, I went to Syracuse where like MEPS is. MEPS is where you choose your job and all that. And I told them what I wanted to do. So I called them after I chose my job, and I'm like, oh, they didn't have Scout, because that's what I was a cavalry scout. I'm like, they didn't have Scout open, so I took the job for laundry and bath specialist. And I've never heard him so mad in my entire life. He's like, what are you gonna do with that? He's like, when you get out of the military, what kind of job are you gonna have? Well, I don't know. But I just called him to mess with him. And I told him what job I actually had. But I don't really know what a cavalry scout, honestly. There's not too many jobs out there that require you to go around in the woods and hide and try to find people. So, laundry and bath specialist might have been the better option. I don't know. Over here,
Well, what was it like in Iraq serving? Like, what were you doing? Did you interact with the people around there? Like, what was it like?
Yeah, the people over there were very, very hard to read. You didn't know who was good and who was bad. Everybody dressed the same. There was no military uniforms or anything like that. But there were some people that were awesome, that we talked to almost every day. And sometimes they paid for it, unfortunately. This is how we realize how lucky we do have it here. There was one family that came over to us and would talk to us almost every day. And then we had to leave that area. And about 2 months later, we went back to that area. And that family was gone, had been killed, because they had been talking to us. They didn't tell us anything important. They came over just to talk to us in general. And because they talked to us, the enemy killed them. So there was really good people over there. And it's sad that they had to have that fate. And that's how lucky we do have it here. We take a lot of it for granted. We're allowed to talk to whoever we want to. Over there, they're not allowed to do much of anything. The water that they drank, we had a family come over to us one day and say, could you please remove the dead dog out of the canal that we drink out of? You know, and we open a bottle of water, a fresh bottle of water, and we don't even think about it. And that's me as well. I'm not saying that it's you guys. I'm saying that's me as well. I do the same thing. He likes you. That or he wants you to take him outside. I'm not sure. Hey, Mr. Come here. He was trained once. I untrained him very well. Come on. Down. Yes. Down. Or he was working on it. Whatever. Alright. So yeah, we take a lot of things for granted that we are very, very lucky to have over here. And like I said, I do the same thing. I just don't think about it. It's every day that we do it. We get to go in the shower and turn on clean water. They don't do that. They have to sit there with a bucket with a t-shirt over it and strain the water through a bucket because it's filthy. And this is the same water that I landed in and almost killed me. That they shower and drink, and you know, they have to do it. We are very lucky to have what we have over here. The opportunity to go to a school. Those kids over there, half of them didn't have schools, and the ones that did, they weren't safe. If they went to school, that means they were disobeying the new regime's rules, basically. And you don't have to worry about walking out the door and stepping on something that's going to blow up. We had one time where there was an elementary school that the bad guys basically placed a bomb outside of. A car ran over it, and we ended up getting the elementary school kids at our base, and bleeding and body parts. It was horrible. We don't have to worry about that here. They have to worry about that every single day. So what that comes down to is just appreciate what we have. I have a new appreciation for things, and don't get me wrong, there's sometimes that I forget that appreciation.